19, 20, 21, again, using the Pythagorean theorem to find our missing side, knowing that sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosecant is hypotenuse over opposite, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, secant is hypotenuse over adjacent, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. Cotangent would be adjacent over opposite. So knowing our 6 basic trigonometric functions and the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. C is always a hypotenuse. So 7 squared plus b squared equals 8 squared. B squared then is going to be 8 squared minus 7 squared. I always am hiding my calculator. So 8 squared minus 7 squared is 15. B squared equals 15, so B is the square root of 15. And we are going to do tangent, cosine, and cosecant. Tangent, opposite over adjacent. So the opposite is square root of 15, adjacent is 7. So square root of 15 over 7. Cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse. The adjacent is 7, the hypotenuse is 8, so 7 over 8. Cosecant, hypotenuse over opposite. My hypotenuse is 8, my opposite is square root of 15. We have to rationalize that. So we get 8 square root of 15 over 15. So, same kind of thing on the next one. 8 is my hypotenuse, so 3 squared plus b squared equals 8 squared. B squared is then going to be 8 squared minus 3 squared. 8 squared minus 3 squared gives me 55. So B is going to be the square root of 55. Sneak that in there. I'm going to do the secant, the tangent, and the sine. So the secant is the hypotenuse over the adjacent. So hypotenuse is 8, adjacent is square root of 55. 8 over the square root of 55 I have to rationalize. And so I get 8 square root of 55 over 55. My tangent, opposite over adjacent. Another one that I'm going to have square root of 55 then. Opposite is 3. So 3 over the square root of 55, rationalizing my denominator, I get 3 square root of 55 over 55. And my sine, opposite over hypotenuse. The opposite is 3, the hypotenuse is 8, that one makes it easy. 3 over 8. And 21. So 21, we're missing the hypotenuse. So 7 squared plus 5 squared equals c squared. 7 squared plus 5 squared is 74. So the square root of 74 is going to be what our hypotenuse is. We want to do cosecant, sine, and cotangent. Cosecant is the inverse of sine, so hypotenuse over opposite. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cotangent is the opposite of tangent, so the adjacent over the opposite. So hypotenuse over the opposite. Square root of 74 over 5. Sine, opposite over hypotenuse, so 5 over the square root of 74. I've got to rationalize my denominator. So I get 5 square root of 74 over 74. And then we have the adjacent over the opposite, so 7 over 5. Like those ones, I don't have to rationalize my denominator.